Hi, this is Aharon Dubinsky coming to you today from the Chut Shel Chesed Yeshiva Beit Knesset in the holy city of Yerushalayim, in the beautiful country of Israel, under the direction of our beloved Rabbi and spiritual guide, Rabbi Shalom Arush. May Hashem bless him always. What is it that we want? I'll just put the question out there to you. What is it that we want? Now, part of what I do here at the yeshiva is answer the phone and answer questions for people who call. Now, it would be great if those questions were, one pasuk says this, one says that, which one should I look at as the one to follow? You know, one thing says this, one says that. That would be great. But would you believe it? The one thing I miss most is never, well, I shouldn't say never. Every once in a while it happens and it's a beautiful day, but hardly ever does anybody call me up and say, Rabbi, I just want to let you know everything in my life is great. I can't wait to get up in the morning to face another day. I can't wait to do everything that's ahead of me for the day. I am so happy. If I didn't know better, I would think it was rigged. Wait a minute. It is rigged. Hashem has got it rigged in our favor. He wants us to be happy because we're his children. And he wants his children to be happy like we want our children to be happy. Now, this is what I would love to hear. But that's not what I hear. What I hear is a lot of this. Rabbi, my parnasa is going to the toilet. Rabbi, my shalom bayit is for nothing. Rabbi, my children have gone off the derech. Rabbi, there's illness in my family. And the list goes on and on. Ad infinitum and ad nauseam. Everybody looking for what they don't have. Now, I'm going to propose something to you. It's going to sound a little bit off the beaten path. I'm going to say, instead of looking for things we don't have, why don't we simply appreciate the things we do have? Now, let me give you an example. All of you woke up this morning. That's a given. If you're listening to me, you woke up this morning. Okay? This is a good thing. Some people didn't. All of you, with some notable exceptions, could see, could hear, could speak. You had normal bodily functions. Everything seems to be working, and you didn't even ask for it. It's a gift. Your heart's beating 60 beats a minute, plus or minus. And you didn't ask for that, but you got it anyway, because that's what you needed. And your Tati in Himmel, he wants you to have what you need. So, that couldn't be what it is. Let's keep going down the road. If some of you are married and or have children, and hopefully in most cases they're healthy, or if they are not, they have the potential to be. I want you to listen to that again. If they are not, and this is going to apply to almost everything we're going to talk about today, there is the potential for them to be. I can't tell you in my years at the yeshiva how many times I've heard of people who had been given X number of months to live, X number of weeks to live, and went far beyond that, because doctors don't give you time to live. Hashem gives you time to live, and he tells you when your time is up. Okay? So, there's always the potential, no matter how bad something is, that it can be better. So let's keep going down the list. All of you have some money. Okay, maybe you don't have the kind of money you'd like to have, but you have some with the potential of getting more. And what you have provides you with a roof over your head. You don't sleep outside. You don't sleep out of doors, except maybe when you're camping and out of choice. You have a place to live. You have clothing for your back. Goes also for your family. You have food for your family. For weekdays, for Shabbos, Bezrat Hashem. You have books to read, again, with notable exceptions. And in each of these cases, may I add the phrase, if you do not, you always have the potential of having these things. Best way to exercise that potential, by the way, as we've talked about many, many times, is by saying thank you for what you do have. Thank you for what you do have. And for the potential of having everything else in the world that your heart can desire. But remember, you don't need everything. Now remember why you're here. We've talked about this before, but a quick refresher course never hurts. You're here for a specific purpose because why? Because everything comes from Hashem. It always has a purpose, and that purpose is always, even if you don't see it at the moment, for our ultimate best. So you know you're here for a purpose. Do you have problems? No, you don't. What you have is challenges. I hate the word problems. Problems are things that bring you down. Challenges are things that uplift you and force you to stretch to do better. So we all have them. People ask me all the time, how do I solve this challenge? And the answer is, why do you ask me? The answer lies with Hashem. It tells you that for every challenge He gives, before He creates the challenge, He has already created the solution. So rather than come to me for my opinion, why not go to the source and ask Him? He doesn't answer you. Of course He answers you. No, He talks to people like Moshe Rabbeinu. He talks to Rabbi Nachman. He talks to Moshe Rabbeinu. He talks to David HaMelech. He doesn't talk to people like me. Of course He does. The difference between them and you is they listened. I am listening. Maybe yes, maybe no. You know, everybody who has a car understands this. How many people pull into a parking lot and drive around the parking lot because it's a very busy place looking for no place to park? No place to park. And that's what they find. No place to park. When I go to a parking lot, I look for the spot that Hashem has set aside for me. I don't care where it is. It may be outside the parking lot. It may be on the street. It may be in the parking. I don't care. The fact of the matter is, that's what I look for. Why? Because He's my Father. He wants me to be happy. He doesn't want me to be miserable. And it would be much happier for me if I could find a parking place. So He gives me one. Every single time. We'll do the same thing for you. That's a prayer that's a silent prayer. Please, I hope I find a parking place. Please show, my prayer is not help me find my prayer is help me find my parking place that you have for me. And I will say thank you in advance. Okay, so these are the things you need to look at. Now the question is, why are you here? Why are we here? Why is any of us here? Zohar is very explicit on this. There's basically variations on two reasons. One, because you have something important to do. And Rabbeinu will tell you that on the day that you were born was the day that Hashem decided that the world could not survive. Didn't say be better. Could not survive without you in it. That means you have something special to do. Second, we have corrections to make, tikkun. We have to make tikkun for all the things we've done wrong. In this lifetime, in past lifetimes, this is what we're here for. This is what we need for. We have to take care of our body. In physically, spiritually, mentally, because why? Because it houses our soul, which is what we're making the corrections on. So these things are all important. This is why Hashem provides these to us, or the potential to have all of these things. Okay? So knowing that we have this, let me ask you a question. You get invited to go to a baseball game and play baseball. And you go. But you don't bring a bat, you don't bring a glove, and you don't bring a baseball. What do you bring? You bring a basketball. Why? Why would you bring a basketball? Well, because you felt like it. Which, by the way, is the answer I get from a lot of people when I ask them questions. It's their opinion. It's not what the sages say. It's not what Hashem says. It's their opinion. Remember, people, our brains are limited. We only know so much. We don't know we hardly can remember the past. We have no idea the future, and we're struggling to get through the present. So let's use Hashem, and because He knows it all, past, present, and future. So what do you do with this basketball? Nothing. You do nothing with it. Why? It's not necessary for what you're there to do. That's how we are on this planet. We need to do things that are necessary. What is it that you want? You want what is necessary to do the things that you have to do, that I have to do, that everybody has to do. There are things we have to do. There are tools we need. We need to daven. We need tikkunat klali. We need tikkunat sos. We need tehillim. We need many, many, many more things. These are what we need, so these should be what we want. Anything else is just icing on the cake. So let's remember, we get what we need. We say this 3 times a day in Ashrei. Ashrei, 3 times a day. He said you open your hand and you provide to every living thing. He provides all we need. We know what we need. What we want should be what we need. Anything else is just icing on the cake. So when I ask you, what is it you need? You need your health. You need your family, if you have one, or the potential of your family. You need a place to live. You need clothes on your back. You need food to eat. You need books to read. These are what you need. These are what you should want. This is what you should go after. Again, anything else is just icing on the cake. So what is it you need? You need the basics to do what you're here to do, to make the corrections you need to make, and to do whatever it was Hashem sent you here to do. So having said that, let's go out this week knowing what we have, being grateful for what we have, having the immunity to know that everything we have was given to us by our Creator so that we could do what He put us here to do. And if we do that, and if we go forward in that way, we'll help to develop our own Geula, which will help the greater Geula, the Geula of the world, and bring about the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu and the third Beit HaMikdash, B'mei Rabbi Yomeinu. You have a great Shabbos this week if you see this before Shabbos. If not, have a great Shabbos next week. Make every great Shabbos a great Shabbos. And hey, keep that smile on your face. Looks good on you. Be well, my friends. All the best.